on Inside Tennessee, talking about that mega site, the Blue Oval site, Blue Oval City, as it's known, in Memphis, and its coming impact on East Tennessee with President Kelli Chaney of the Tennessee Colleges of Applied Technology Knoxville campus and Dr. Bill Fox at the University of Tennessee. Dr. Fox, for years, Tennessee has worked to build a foundation in the automotive industry. You think about Senator Alexander and some of the things you mentioned at the top of the broadcast about where Tennessee had tried to position itself to become not just a parts manufacturer factor in that industry, but also do some big things like this. Can you give us a little history on that and sort of how far the state's come?
We have about 72,000 workers involved directly in the automobile manufacturing industry today. About a third of those assemble them. About two-thirds of them make parts. And so this is an extraordinarily big industry. We have three big plants right now assembling vehicles, but there are parts manufacturers all over the state. What's going to be happening is the movement to electric cars. It's well underway. All four now, including Ford manufacturers in Tennessee, are saying we're moving to making electric cars. This is going to really transition the parts industry. And the really good news is that Tennessee has been aggressive. We again have all of our existing three plus Ford now saying they're going to make cars here, electric cars, and the battery production has moved heavily to Tennessee. And so we're going to continue to be a major manufacturer of automobiles. And what I hope keeps happening is we move into computers and the smart kind of technology that will be a huge part of electric and ultimately autonomous vehicles.
Dr. Fox, as you know, and as folks who are watching us know, we have many sort of auto parts feeder plants right around here that are working with internal combustion plants and vehicles. Will we see, do you think, in East Tennessee any benefit or sort of market for the electric vehicles that are going to be manufactured out west, or is that a little bit too far west for us?
My guess is we won't see much from the Ford plant, but VW is less than 100 miles away, and Nissan and the General Motors facilities are relatively closer. So I think we'll continue to participate in this. Now we're going to see big transitions as we move away from internal combustion engine vehicles. Some of the manufacturers in our broadly defined area may go out of business. Certainly they're going to need to be able to transition to making other things. I know Denso has been very aggressive in trying to find how can it be major player in the electric car industry as well as the internal combustion engine vehicle industry.
President Chaney, Dr. Fox making the point that workers need to be versatile in this new world. They need to be able to change and adapt to the new technology and to changing roles and responsibilities. Where does TCAT come in with that? Give us some examples from your perspective.
Certainly. TCATs are really good about adapting to change in industry and other things. We have to train our workers to be ready for the next generation of jobs. And the good thing about that is TCATs can work directly with the employer to build that customized training far in advance of what they need today, maybe what they need 2 years from now, 3 years from now, or 5 years from now. But we start training, and we need to start training workers now for the jobs of tomorrow. That's going to be super important to these plants that will be locating and some of the spinoff industries, that we have students and workers that are upskilling every day and getting ready for those jobs of the future.
Staying with that line of discussion, I'm struck by, and I'm curious as to whether you are, that it seems like with the younger workforce, they don't commit for as long a period of time to a particular line of work. Long time ago, more than 30 years ago, I said I'm a journalist and that's what I'm going to be. And that was kind of the traditional way that we all did things. It's like, well, what are you going to do when you grow up? Okay, go do it, and then someday you retire. This workforce is not like that at all. They may change their mind after 2, 3, 5 years. So is that not a challenge for you all, and how do you overcome that?
I can tell you from an education standpoint at TCAT Knoxville, of course, that's a challenge for all of us. The good thing is building worker characteristics and sticking with the job is super important, but all the time students in the younger realm and workers that are younger are adapting their skills as they go to new technology, and they're intrigued by that new technology for the most part. So they're willing to learn something new and different and move on to the next step. And that's what we're seeing is growth
After
and
hearing the
opportunity.
salary from oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, they're more willing to scale up and take opportunity faster, and that's what we see.
Real-time example, after hearing the salaries for plumbers, our producer, Jenna, said she is planning to be a plumber. No, that won't happen, Jenna. You're staying put. We're going to be back on Inside Tennessee. We'll wrap up our conversation right after this.